Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day episode number 120 for Monday, January the 19th, 2009. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brunger and thank you very much for joining me. I think everybody has films that they constantly rewatch over and over and over again. In the last couple of years, those films for me have become pretty much anything Federico Fellini has done. I would say every 2 months or so I rewatch La Strada, Nights of Cabiria, and 8½. I did reviews of La Strada and the Nights of Cabiria way back when I started this blog, and I never got around to reviewing 8½. I'm going to review it probably in February, the 7 days leading up to my 21st birthday. I'm going to be reviewing all of my favorite films that I haven't reviewed yet because I wanted to save them. But I'll talk about 8½and a lot of my other films. If you haven't seen 8½, La Strada, Nights of Cabiria, really classic Italian black and white, incredibly surreal and weird. If you like Punch Drunk Love, I highly recommend checking out pretty much any Federico Fellini film. Incredibly surreal, beautiful. I think pretty much anything I can say about his films has already been said. The film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Sunshine. And this is the science fiction film that came out in 2007. It's directed by Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle, who directed Slumdog Millionaire, which I loved, 28 Days Later, Trainspotting. Great director. He does a lot of really different and eclectic different types of films. This movie stars Cliff Curtis. Chipo Chung plays the voice of the spaceship. Cillian Murphy, Michelle Yeoh from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Rose Byrne, Chris Evans, an actor I really never care for, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Sunshine is the story of the Icarus II, which is a spaceship that is basically taking a giant nuclear bomb. I believe it's a nuclear bomb the size of Manhattan, and they're flying towards the sun. Earth is in a nuclear winter, and the sun is dying, and they're going to the sun, and they're going to throw a giant bomb into the middle of the sun and basically restart it. Basically, I'm not getting the kind of technical jargon correct, but that's basically what they're doing. And it's this crew in their last days to drop this payload off and restart the sun. Nothing goes as planned, and they receive a distress signal from the original Icarus I, and there's all these different moral dilemmas that happen throughout the film. Sunshine is a pretty great film. I would say 90% of it is pretty brilliant. It's the type of sci-fi films I really respond to because it's not about explosions, it's not about space battles, it's really about these humans trying to get by. And it's really interesting because it has kind of a Lord of the Flies feel to it. It's very much how these people who have been trapped together for about 8 years deal with that. Cillian Murphy in this film is pretty fantastic. I think the entire cast across the board is great. Chris Evans, an actor I've never cared for, gives a pretty great and terrific performance in this film. I really like this film because at the start of the film, it's really hard to tell exactly who is the hero of the film, who is going to be the one to kind of save the day. And it's really interesting to see this film weed out kind of the lesser characters and everything like that. I really like it. The special effects in this film are actually pretty stellar. The look of the film is very highly stylized. Danny Boyle always directs with a lot of style. I think that might turn some people off, but I think the premise of this film is kind of strange and different, so I think the look of the film actually works for it. I love the first 90% of this film. I think it's pretty great. The last bit of this film, it's not bad, but it's nowhere near as strong as kind of the earlier parts of the film, because the earlier parts of the film is all about human interaction and these moral dilemmas the characters are in. Weighing one life against the rest of mankind, kind of stuff like that. And I feel like the last bit of the film, it kind of gets into more of a typical horror sci-fi type film. And it's not bad, but I just feel like that beginning part of it is so strong and so effective that it kind of peters off. I do, however, think that the very last bit of this film, probably the last 4 minutes, are really powerful, really emotional. I completely dug that. But the ending to me feels a little disappointing. It becomes a little bit too much of a spectacle, while I think the rest of it was kind of a thinking man's sci-fi piece. I think this film will undoubtedly be compared to Alien, the original Alien, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think it's great. I definitely think it sits comfortably with those types of films. If you're a big sci-fi fan, I highly recommend checking out Sunshine. I give Sunshine a 4 out of 5. I think it's a pretty terrific film with terrific performances. The directing by Danny Boyle is pretty great. Just that last bit isn't exactly everything I love. If you guys like this review, make sure to head over to nitpicket.com. That's NITPICKET for all of my reviews, ramblings. I post a lot of reviews. I post trailers, I think, that are awesome. I just posted a great trailer called 500 Days of Summer, a new film with Zooey Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Head over there to check everything out. If you guys like this review, make sure to give me some star ratings. Make sure and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.